guys, it's Hannah and I'm here today with a December wrap-up, New Year's resolutions, and January TBR. So guys, we have a lot to go over in this video, so grab a snack because I am imagining that this is probably going to be very long. But let's just get into it. It feels so good to be back filming because I took a little break off with the holidays and I'm just glad to get back into my reading year with a fresh start. So let's start off with December wrap-up. I read one book in December. Not my best reading month. So I read Shadow Me by Tahira Mafi. I think I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. This killed my reading motivations this month. And that's probably a bit controversial because I know there's a cult following of Shadow Me, but I had to push myself through this book. I don't know what it is about it that I didn't like. There was the insta-love that I didn't like, and I'm already knowing that Warner is supposed to be like the person that everybody ships Juliet with, and right now this book is all about Adam and Juliet, and so I'm like, what? Like, what is going to happen in the next books? And it doesn't make me intrigued, it just makes me annoyed because I know something's coming and I don't like that. Like, I want to be surprised and it makes me, I want to be completely enveloped for it to happen and it's not. So I really was pushing myself through this and I was trying not to get attached to the Adam-Juliet thing because I knew that something bad was going to happen. I actually enjoyed the side characters more than I liked the main characters in this book too. So yeah. This really killed my motivation, but I have decided to push through this and continue on the series to just see what the hype is all about. Maybe I'm not getting it yet. So that's my December wrap-up. Let's go into my January TBR and my New Year's resolutions. So my New Year's resolutions, last year I tried to read 100 books because I read the year before that 100 books and I actually made it. Granted, I did a bunch of comic books at December 31st to get my New Year's resolution of 100 books in 2 years ago. So I've made it, but it was kind of like a rush to the finish line. This year I was nowhere close. I don't even know what my total number is. I'm thinking probably 60-ish books, which I mean is still good, but nowhere near 100. So this year I'm doing 50 books. I'm gonna take it easy, I'm not gonna push myself. I wanna do quality over quantity this year and really dive into the books and be more in depth, because when I am writing reviews for books that I'm reading and planning on doing a review video for you guys, it takes me so much longer because I have to stop and think and process everything a little longer than I do when I'm just reading through, and I'm just enjoying the experience. So I'm planning on doing more reviews. That is my one big booktube resolution this year, is to do more reviews for you guys. I want to do at least one a month, if not more. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on this year, and so hopefully that will work out well. And let's get into my January ambitious TBR. So in the month of December, I was already reading this with Trev, and it is Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. We reread the Harry Potter books through, like, starting usually October, November-y. So we are on Order of the Phoenix. We are almost done. We listen to these on audiobooks now because we like multitasking. Plus, if you've ever read these out loud, like, you have a sore throat, and we both cannot get sick. Like, that's not okay. Like, in our jobs, we can't just call it sick. There's very few managers that can cover for us, so we have to stay healthy, and which means, not reading these chunky books out loud to each other all the time. But, so we're listening to these on audiobooks. I think we have, like, 6 hours left, but these are, like, 24-hour books, so yeah, we're almost done with this one. So this will be finishing up this one in January, which means that we are going to be picking up Half-Blood Prince, which is my favorite book. I'm so excited. My favorite book, my favorite movie. I'm excited to get into this. I love all the relationships and the school stuff, and I just really enjoy Half-Blood Prince and the whole Snape thing too. So yes, we are going to be diving into this one in January. Probably won't finish it in January because I've got quite an ambitious TBR, and I think we only have like 3 days off together in the month of January, so not too much time to spend listening to these, but definitely a big goal for us is to finish this one in January, or get like the majority done. And as I told you guys before, with the Shatter Me trilogy, I am still pushing myself through it because there's got to be something that makes these people go crazy for this series. And so I'm picking up the Unravel Me book. This is the second one in the trilogy. I really hope that it gets better, guys. Like, please tell me if you were like me and you weren't crazy about the Shatter Me book and pushed through and it got better, or if I didn't like the Shatter Me book, that's kind of how this series is. I will say, when I was reading the epilogue in Shatter Me, it feels like a totally different book is about to transpire in this series versus like Shatter Me and Unravel Me. Yeah, Unravel Me. They seem like totally different books in the like direction that it's going, so I think that I might like this one a little bit more, maybe. Here's hoping. Also, while we're on the Shatter Me train, because I had such a bad reading slump after reading Shatter Me and pushing myself through it, it like slowed down my reading tremendously, not to mention the holidays and stuff, so we had family here, and so it's hard to read when there's like 7 people in your house. So I picked up this one that I could just read and put down, and I wouldn't have to re-catch myself up because I know this story, and it's an old favorite of mine, and I thought that was such a great way to start off January, so I'm going to be picking up Twilight. I've already started reading this because we're a few days into January right now as I'm filming this, and I'm like flying through it. I forgot how much I love this series. Yes, I know there's like problematic things in this, but don't ruin one of my favorites. But I'm almost actually done with this book, so I'm off to a good start for my January goal. Next up in my January TBR, because yes, there is more, I tried to read this in December, and I was trying to read this after Shatter Me, and I just couldn't devote enough time to fully get into this, and I was in such of a reading slump that I wanted to stop this book before this got a sour taste in my mouth from reading Shatter Me, if that makes sense. Like, you know, when you eat something and the lingering taste affects the next thing that you eat, like when you drink orange juice after toothpaste, bad idea. Same thing. So I stopped reading this one, and I'm hoping to pick this up with fresh eyes this month so I am able to enjoy it, which is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I'm excited to get into this, and I think I'm really going to like it. I just need to be in the right mood for it, so I'm planning on picking this one up, and I really want to do a review for this one as well. So quickly, a few more things that I want to pick up. Good gosh, I really hope that I get to all of this stuff this month. So if you watched my Marvel Collector Core, I just put it up in my last video, which was X-Men. I want to read this short little comic. It's the first variant edition in the Cyclops one. This comic book is about the Cyclops, like, his visor stuck and he can't take it off and can't, like, shield himself, so he's dealing with those issues, and those will be a really fast read, so I want to pick that up. Next up, I found this one when we went book shopping after the holidays, and it's Gwenpool. So if you guys don't know, we are big Deadpool fans and just Marvel fans in general. So this is Spider-Gwen turned into Deadpool, so it should be a really fun crossover. And Trevor's already read it and he said it was hilarious, so I'm really excited to pick this one this month. And my last comic book is, I went into my local comic book shop and I found this and I freaked because I didn't realize that this one was even out, and I really enjoyed the rest of the series, which is Chew. This is the final volume in the series and I'm really excited. If you guys don't know, I haven't read these in so long, but the main character, I don't remember his name, goodness, Tony Chew. He's a cebiopath, so what that means is cebiopath is he eats things and he can tell the origin of them. So if he eats food, he can tell where they're from, but he's actually like recruited by the FBI and to help solve murders. So he has to eat dead bodies or chew on them and figure out how they died, and he like sees it all in his head. It's a super cool, interesting, kind of weird comic book, but it's really enjoyable. I highly recommend picking this up because it's just fun and something totally different compared to anything else in the market right now. And if you guys didn't think that I was crazy enough with all of my TBR already, I am bringing back the TBR jar. So I did this last year. I wanted to, like, I love this idea so much, but it just doesn't work so well for me, but I want it to work so bad. So I'm gonna see if I can make it work one last time. So this is my TBR jar. Isn't that adorable? What I did is I put all of my unread books in this jar, and I want to pull out one book a month that I want to review. At least this one. And then if I don't end up doing it, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to put the book back in there and move on next month and pull a new book instead of like having everything roll over, because I tried that last year and it did not work for me. So I want to use this. Encourage me to use this so I can do more review videos for you guys. I really do want to get this through. So I just updated the jar here, and we will pull out one that I want to review. And I'm not sure if I will get to this one because I have a giant TBR. I'm planning on leaving room for my TBR for the book that I pull out, but I already have so much on my plate, and I'm already planning to do a Truth Witch review video for you guys. So I'm not sure how well this first month will go, but let's just see. Oh my gosh, if I can get it open. Way to go! Oh. Haha, I got it. Okay. So, and I actually I thought I had way more unread books than I do, so I'm like getting down to the wire on some of these. And I have a book haul coming, and I put those books in here too. So, let's see what the first one is. First one is Worlds of Ink and Shadow, which is actually one of my brand new books that I bought this month. So, hold on. So, World of Ink and Shadow is this book. I just recently picked it up. It's by Lena Coakley, and I have actually never seen this on BookTube before. I just was browsing the shelves and I thought this looked really interesting. So this book is about the Bronte sisters and about them diving into their own imaginations and creating this world. And when they are creating this world and they are like hiding out in their own minds, they start to feel that their real lives are slipping away, so they have to decide whether to stay in the imaginary world of their heads or like face reality, basically. And it's actually about the like Branwell, Emily, and Anne and Charlotte Bronte. So I think this is a lot of fun, and it says, gorgeously written and based on the Bronte's own juvenilia, Worlds of Ink and Shadow brings to life one of history's most celebrated literary families in a thrilling, suspenseful fantasy. So this one will be really fun to do a review on, and this, I guess, is what I'm reading this month as well. Let me know down below if you guys think I'm as crazy as I do about trying to tackle all of this stuff. I would also love to hear all about your holidays and if it's good, or what your New Year's resolutions are, and what your TBR for January is. I will talk to you guys down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!